If the grid went down tomorrow, no power, no internet, no grocery deliveries, most people wouldn't last a week. Not because they're lazy, not because they're unintelligent, but because an entire category of basic human knowledge has quietly disappeared in the span of 2 generations. Skills that used to be common sense, taught to every child by the age of 10, are now so rare that people pay hundreds of dollars to attend weekend workshops just to relearn what their own grandparents did without thinking twice. Here's the uncomfortable part. This didn't happen by accident, and it didn't happen because those skills stopped being useful. It happened because convenience quietly replaced them, one appliance and one grocery store trip at a time, until an entire generation grew up capable of ordering food, but incapable of growing, preserving, or even repairing much of anything. Today, we're covering 5 of those lost skills, the ones that mattered most, the ones your grandparents almost certainly had, and the ones that could genuinely change how secure you feel about your own future if you actually relearned them. Number 3 is the one that used to save entire families real money every single year. We're talking hundreds of dollars in today's terms, from a single backyard garden. And by the time we get to number 1, you'll understand exactly why some of the most self-sufficient people alive today are quietly going back to skills everyone assumed were obsolete. Skill 5. Mending and repairing instead of replacing. There was a time when a torn shirt got patched, not thrown away. A hole in a sock got darned with a needle and thread in under 10 minutes. A broken tool handle got carved from a spare piece of wood instead of triggering an online order and a 2-day wait. This wasn't frugality for its own sake, although it certainly saved money. It was a basic assumption about how the world worked. Things were meant to be maintained, not discarded the moment they showed wear. Today, the average American household throws away over 80 pounds of clothing every single year, most of it discarded not because it's worn out, but because it's easier to replace than repair. Fast fashion, planned obsolescence, and same-day shipping have made repair feel almost irrational. Why fix a $5 shirt when a new one is one click away? But that mindset has a hidden cost. When you never learn to repair anything, you become permanently dependent on a supply chain to fix even the smallest inconvenience. Your grandparents didn't have that luxury, and in a strange way, that made them far more resilient than most people are today. A household that can mend, patch, and repair doesn't panic when a store shelf is empty or a shipment is delayed. It just fixes what it already has. Skill 4. Cooking a full meal from raw, whole ingredients with nothing pre-made. This sounds almost insulting to mention until you consider how many people today genuinely don't know how to cook a meal that didn't start in a box, a bag, or a delivery app. Recent surveys have found that roughly 1 in 3 adults under 30 can't cook a basic meal from raw ingredients without a recipe walking them through every single step. Your grandparents cooked because they had to, every single day, often for large families, using ingredients that came straight from a garden, a root cellar, or a butcher rather than a freezer aisle. This mattered for more than nutrition. A household that can cook from raw ingredients isn't dependent on any single food company, any single supply chain, or any single product staying on shelves. If flour disappears from stores for a month, a family that knows how to substitute, adapt, and cook from what's actually available barely notices. A family that only knows how to microwave pre-made meals is in real trouble. Cooking from scratch isn't a nostalgic hobby. It's a genuine layer of food security that most people gave up without realizing what they were trading away. Skill 3. Preserving food without refrigeration. This is the one that used to save families real, measurable money every single year. Canning, fermenting, root cellaring, smoking, and drying. Before large refrigerators and year-round grocery imports, a family that grew a garden in the summer needed a way to make that harvest last through an entire winter, and they did it without a single electric appliance. Here's the number that should actually surprise you. A single, well-managed backyard vegetable garden, something under 1,000 square feet, can realistically produce several $100s worth of food in a growing season, based on current grocery prices for the same produce. Preserved properly, that harvest doesn't just feed a family for a few weeks, it can stretch through an entire winter. Canning tomatoes, beans, and fruit meant a pantry stayed full through months when nothing was growing outside. Root cellars kept potatoes, carrots, and apples fresh for months using nothing but consistent cool temperature and darkness. Fermentation turned cabbage into sauerkraut that could last a year, developing beneficial bacteria along the way that most people today pay extra for in a store, bottled and labeled probiotic. None of this required electricity, and none of it required a single dollar spent on equipment beyond jars, salt, and time. Here's what should genuinely bother you about this one. Modern homesteading content treats food preservation like a niche hobby, something extra you do if you're really committed. Your grandparents treated it as mandatory. Not doing it wasn't an option, because the alternative was running out of food in February. That single shift in mindset, from nice to have to how you actually eat, is the difference between playing at self-sufficiency and actually living it. Now, here's something worth pausing on, because it connects directly to what we just covered. If you've been wanting to actually build these preservation skills instead of just admiring them, there's a guide called The Self-Sufficient Backyard that was built exactly for this, from a couple who've lived this lifestyle for over 40 years, currently on their third homestead, a small paradise retreat they built in their 60s. It walks through building a root cellar without excavation equipment, food preservation methods that need no electricity, and a year-round greenhouse using underground temperature stability so you're growing food even in winter. It's designed for a completely normal backyard. No acreage, no special skills, and it's built to work for retirees and anyone who can't take on heavy physical labor. The link is in the description if you want the full breakdown. Now, back to the list, because skill 2 is one almost nobody under 50 actually has anymore. Skill 2. Basic home and equipment repair. Your grandfather probably fixed his own car. Your grandmother probably knew how to patch a leaking pipe, rewire a lamp, or repair a fence without calling anyone. This wasn't because they were unusually gifted. It's because repair knowledge used to be passed down, as a basic part of growing up, the same way reading or arithmetic was. You learned it because everyone around you already knew it, and because calling a professional for every small problem simply wasn't affordable or practical. Today, a huge percentage of people can't change a tire, don't know how their home's electrical system works, and have never opened the back of an appliance to see what's actually broken. A basic service call from a repair technician today can easily run over $100 before any actual parts or labor are even factored in. Money that, for most of history, simply never left the household. This isn't a character flaw. It's the predictable result of a culture that outsourced repair to specialists and made "call a professional" the default response to nearly everything. But every dollar spent calling someone else to fix a problem you could have fixed yourself is a dollar, and more importantly, a skill that never builds up in your own household. And when a real emergency hits, when professionals are backed up for weeks or repair needs to happen immediately, the missing skill becomes a genuine vulnerability, not just an inconvenience. And now, the one that ties every other skill on this list together. Skill 1. Growing your own food, reliably, season after season. This is the foundational skill, the one every other item on this list ultimately supports. Your grandparents, or their parents, almost certainly grew at least some of their own food, not as a trendy weekend project, but as a basic expectation of running a household. They knew when to plant, how to rotate crops so soil didn't get depleted, how to save seeds from this year's harvest to plant again next year without buying anything new, and how to keep a garden productive through droughts, pests, and unpredictable weather, because there was no backup plan if the garden failed. Compare that to today, where most people have never grown so much as a single tomato plant to harvest, where seed saving is treated as an advanced niche skill instead of the default way gardening has worked for thousands of years. This is the one skill that, if you rebuilt nothing else on this list, would still make the biggest difference in your actual food security. Because everything else, the cooking, the preserving, the repairing, depends on having food to work with in the first place. So here's the real question underneath everything we just covered. None of these 5 skills are difficult to learn in isolation. A 10-year-old could learn to darn a sock in an afternoon. Anyone can learn basic canning from a single afternoon of practice. So why did an entire society let these skills disappear in less than 2 generations? The honest answer is that convenience never announces itself as a trade-off. Nobody sat down and consciously decided to trade self-reliance for comfort. It happened one small decision at a time. One takeout meal instead of cooking, one online purchase instead of a repair, one grocery store trip instead of a garden, until, decades later, an entire generation woke up capable of almost nothing their grandparents could do without thinking. And the uncomfortable truth is that convenience works right up until the moment it doesn't. Until a supply chain breaks, a job is lost, or a crisis makes self-reliance suddenly matter again, and by then the skills are already gone. The good news is that none of this knowledge actually disappeared. It's not lost in some unrecoverable way, it's just sitting dormant, waiting for someone to pick it back up. That's exactly what the Self-Sufficient Backyard Guide is built to help with, walking you through the exact preservation, growing, and self-reliant systems your grandparents used, translated into something achievable in a modern backyard without decades of trial and error. If today's video made you want to actually rebuild these skills instead of just nodding along, that guide is the practical starting point. The link is in the description. Now, here's my question for you, and I actually want an honest answer, not just great video. Out of these 5 skills, which one do you genuinely not know how to do at all? Comment repair if it's the fixing and mending skills, or comment growing if it's the food production side. I read every single one, and whichever answer dominates the comments becomes next week's full deep dive. And if this video made you realize how much practical knowledge has quietly disappeared in just 2 generations, the next one goes even deeper. The forgotten root cellar blueprint that kept entire families fed through winter with 0 refrigeration at all. Click it now, because the skills in that video build directly on what you just learned.